Have you ever blown on a dandelion to make a wish? You're actually helping that plant spread its seeds far and wide. If plants grow too closely together, they compete for light, water and nutrients from the soil. Seed dispersal allows plants to spread out and grow far enough away from each other. Plants have evolved some clever ways to spread their seeds. Sometimes it's with the help of the wind, sometimes waterways. Sometimes plants even hitch a ride on animals. And sometimes it's us humans who help them out. I think it's incredible how plants manage to spread their seeds in such clever ways. And what if I told you that this is just part of a superpower waiting to be discovered? Join me and the experts and scientists from Melbourne Museum, ScienceWorks and the Immigration Museum as we uncover the superpower.
Did you know that Melbourne used to be nicknamed Smellbourne? That's because in the 1800s, most waste from houses, including toilet waste, was emptied straight into the street. So finally in the 1890s, a sewage system was built to handle all of the waste and send it for treatment. I'm here in the Spotswood pumping station, which was one of the lowest points in Melbourne at the time. After the sewage system had been up and running for a while, people started noticing that the concrete pipes were decaying. That's when bacteriologist Lucy Alford came to investigate. Bacteria in the pipes were converting sulfur gas, which smells like rotten eggs, into sulfuric acid, and it was this acid causing the pipes to decay. These days, we know how to fix this problem thanks to scientists like Lucy. Here is something you can try at home. Get 3 glasses of water, place a wet wipe in one, a tissue in another, and 3 pieces of toilet paper in the last. Give them a quick mix, and notice how the toilet paper is already dissolved. That's because toilet paper is specifically designed to not clog up toilets and doesn't turn into this. Yuck. This fatberg is made up of grease, wet wipes and other things like oil poured down drains. The largest fatberg in the world was found clogging up the London sewer, weighing the equivalent of 26 elephants. So, if you want to be like Lucy and do your bit to prevent Melbourne from going back to the Smellbourne days, remember to only flush the 3 Ps: poo, pee, and toilet paper.
Recycling plastic helps reduce waste and create new products. It keeps plastic out of the environment, but recycling alone isn't perfect. When plastics break down over time, they break into tiny pieces called microplastics. Microplastics stick around long after the plastic has lost its shape. In fact, they've been found in every corner of the globe. You have microplastics inside you right now. And scientists still don't know exactly what that means for the environment and us. While recycling is important, it's even better to reduce our plastic use and find alternatives. We can all make a difference by being mindful of how much we use and how we dispose of waste.
Did you know that if you weighed all the insects on Earth, they would outweigh all the other animals in the world? I would like to tell you about my favourite little insect. They're called superworms, the larvae of darkling beetles. When they are given styrofoam to eat, the enzymes in their guts break down the plastic and turn it into food. It's not the most exciting food option for them, but plastic pollution is everywhere on Earth, from the deepest oceans to the top of Mount Everest. Plastic can take hundreds of years to degrade, so this is a huge problem. But nature may already have an answer. In the future, we might be able to harness this natural superpower, make an impact on reducing plastic waste. Of course, we should still keep recycling and reducing or reusing single-use plastics, but it's nice to know that my favourite little superworm is also doing their bit.
Have you started connecting the dots to figure out the superpower? We've learned about amazing plastic-eating superworms, discovered how we can help plants spread their seeds far and wide, and we've found out new ways that we can protect our environment. What is this remarkable superpower waiting to be explored? Let's continue this journey with our experts as we discover more fascinating surprises.
Want to see my favourite exhibit at the museum? Well, this exhibit is alive. These little critters are called Lord Howe Island stick insects. And once upon a time, they used to thrive on an island off the coast of Australia. Sadly, after 1920, not a single stick insect could be found on the island, and everyone thought that they had gone extinct. This is because people accidentally introduced rats to the island. However, amazingly, in 2001, scientists climbed an old volcano nearby and found 3 Lord Howe Island stick insects clinging to life. So these little critters are the rarest insect on the planet, and we are caring for a population here at the museum. One day, we will reintroduce the Lord Howe Island stick insect back to the island, once we have gotten rid of all the predators. What I love about these critters is that their story shows how closely we are connected to the environment. Our actions, even small, can both threaten the environment, but we also have the power to save it. Next time you're exploring outside, keep your eyes open and look closely for what's living in your garden or park. These are the creatures you are sharing your world with. Is there anything you can do to make things better for them?
Since time immemorial, the lands of this continent have been cared for and protected by First Peoples. The term country is used by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples to describe how the lands, waters, skies, law, and community are all connected. We use this term to respect the oldest continuing living cultures and knowledge systems on the planet. It's a reminder that land, nature, and culture are all connected. If one isn't well, it affects the others. Our practices are sustainable, meaning that we only take what is needed. When harvesting any resource, we make sure that enough is left so that the resource can continue to grow and replenish. We can learn to live in harmony with country and support the health of our planet. So you can too. Maybe you can grow some native plants in your garden, or think more carefully about what you're putting into our waterways and do your part to protect country.
I'm in the basement of Melbourne Museum in our biobank. It's a collection of frozen DNA from creatures around Australia and the world. It's like a time capsule or a lifeboat for us to preserve as many species as possible during this time of change. Climate change is caused by the greenhouse effect. When the sun's heat reaches Earth, some of it is reflected back to space, and the rest is trapped by greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane, warming the planet. Climate change is not the future, it's our present. These impacts are not only contributing to biodiversity loss, but they affect our physical and mental health. In recent years, people have come up with terms to describe the feeling this gives us: climate change distress, climate anxiety, and eco-anxiety. They all refer to the stress of not only knowing that climate change is a threat, but feeling powerless to change things. Young people are disproportionately impacted by climate change anxiety. 2/3 of young Australians consider these concerns to have a negative impact on their mental health. Many young people are worried about the effects of climate change on the planet, their communities, and their lives. Acknowledging these feelings is a really good place to start. That's why we started the Climate Cafe here at Melbourne Museum. It's a place where people can come together to discuss their concerns and learn more about what we can all do to make a difference. Every little bit helps. By working together, we can help slow down climate change and protect our planet and its extraordinary biodiversity for future generations.
Have you managed to uncover the superpower that we've been exploring? We've discovered some amazing abilities and practices that highlight the importance of care and support, from how plants spread their seeds to ensure new growth, to the incredible plastic-eating superworms that help us handle our waste. We learned about how Indigenous stewardship of the country teaches us to care for the land. We also explored the impact of climate change and the importance of taking action, and followed the journey of plastic waste to understand the importance of reducing and recycling. All these fascinating abilities point to one remarkable superpower: connection. Connection is more than just a link between things. It's about understanding how everything is intertwined, how our actions affect the environment, and how the environment in turn affects us. Connection helps us see the bigger picture. It encourages us to care for our planet, and it inspires us to work together to make a positive difference. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. If you like this episode, you can find loads more activities and videos on the Science is a Superpower website. Just search for it or follow the link in the video description. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep sciencing.